Welcome back to Combat Sports K. I'm Patrick McCrory, and I am joined by a big winner, Harry Hardwick. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fucking fantastic.
Very good, man. Talk to me about that win. You showed a lot in the first round. In the striking round, you had him hurt bad, and then you got the big submission in the second round. Talk to me about the finishing sequence.
Yeah, so I actually come into this fight really wanting a knockout. And I know if you look for a knockout, you never get it, and I've learned that this time. I was just picking him off, hitting him with shots, and then just he overextended just that much, and my arm was under his neck, and I was like, bleh? That's literally the noise my brain made, and I was just around, I was on this choke, and I knew, once I'd got around his back and the hook started to come in, I knew it was done. Like, I have a fucking squeezing off on my rear naked, so I knew he was done. I knew he was going out if he didn't tap soon.
Yeah, I mean, your squeeze popped the gum shield out of his mouth, and then... Did you see that? It popped right out, and that's what we knew it was about to end, and then he goes out. Is it weird feeling like someone just go out in your arms? What was that feeling like?
That wasn't weird, but the fact that my leg was stuck under him, so he kind of spooned for about fucking 20 seconds afterwards. That was the weird bit. Like, the ref was trying to, like, move us out, and I was trying to shimmy my leg out, but we were just stuck. I was just stuck spooning an unconscious person for 10 seconds. It's not how I saw my Friday evening going, to be fair.
And after the fight, you hopped on top of the cage. It seemed like you were looking for someone. Were you looking for a beer or something?
No, I was looking for my girlfriend, and then I couldn't actually find her, but a hat just appeared out of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, Hal Chaplin can have the hat.
And when you got that hat, so you gave it to Hal Chaplin. I think George had it in his hand at first.
Yeah, I was just like, because the hat didn't make it all the way to me. It made its way at the bottom of the thing, so I was like, oh. But obviously you couldn't hear me, so I was like, George, fucking get the hat. Get the fucking hat, now. And then, yeah, so Hal Chaplin looking extra snazzy for my victory announcement than he did all the others.
And after the fight, and when your hand was raised, you looked into the camera. I believe you were talking about the UFC, so talk to me about that. What were you saying to the camera and potentially a UFC contract?
Well, I want to be on Contender Series with George. After going to Vegas, after seeing all the UFC facilities, after getting some of that UFC energy, that's what I want. I can't be fucked waiting for this Cage Warriors title shot anymore. Paul Hughes can sit around and do what he wants. Like, I don't care. He's held up the division too long. Can't be fucked. I want a UFC Contender Series fight. I want what George has. I'm jealous of my little brother's Christmas present, and I want to be in America fighting on Contender Series.
And with George fighting, how intense have the sparring rounds been in the lead up to your fight, and especially his fight in 3 weeks?
Oh, we've had some intense ones. Like the last one we did 2 rounds on the bounce, and like a midway point through the second round, I thought, finally, I'm fucking cracking him a little bit. Like, I'm breaking his posture a little. I'm making him tired, and then he just found it back. I'm like, what a twat. But like, obviously when I do that to him, he finds his way back, and then we still have this really competitive spar. When I do this to other people in the cage, they've wilted and I can just land what I want. So it's massively helpful. Like, the rounds we have in the gym are some of the best rounds you're going to see. And my rounds with Leon Arms, can't discount him. Our bodyguard, I think Graham Boylan's going to hire him as a bodyguard next as well. But yeah, like me and George, we must have some of the highest. Like, if there were strike stats on Cage Warriors, I reckon in the top 5, me and George would be like strikes per minute, easily. And then probably Luke Riley's up there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, our spars are just amazing.
Yeah. And when it comes to sparring and training with your brother, is it like, you know, when you're kids you just fight all the time, now you get to do it and you get paid for it? Like, does that make the sparring rounds actually fun? You get to beat up your brother?
Like, honestly, my oldest memories are probably fighting George. And then, you know, with the CTE and that, my last memories are probably going to be fighting George.
And you mentioned Paul Hughes potentially holding up the division. I think he's waiting for his UFC shot. 2 Irish fighters just been called up. How soon would you like to get back in there if the UFC were not to call after this impressive display?
I mean, Newcastle makes sense. I would like to be in there sooner. If I can get Contender Series in September, bonzo.
Yeah.
If not, probably Newcastle.
Great, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.